Hi, my name's Jack Cuso, and I'm here with Jared Wilson and John Hudson from Jack's Pacific. Jared is a Monsuno co-creator, producer, and works on toy marketing, while John is a Monsuno producer and works on toy design.
Hey Jet, we're super excited to be working with you on Monsuno, and this is where we're going to start our Q&A session.
Alright, I think I'm just going to jump right into the questions. So what's it like designing some of the Monsuno cores and figures?
So to design and create all the characters and cores for Monsuno, we start really with the animation, and we design really cool characters for the animation. We look at different colors and different applications, textures, materials, and things like that, and then we see how we can translate that into the toy. The next step is basically building out the toy figure. We start with sketches and concepts. Obviously, everyone knows they're pretty complex as far as assembly and things like that, so we have to look at how they fold up, how they fit in the core, how they're going to come out and transform, and then at the end of the day we find a balance between the animation, what we want to do that's going to look really cool in the cartoon and it's good for the story, and what really works well and looks cool and fun for the toy.
In the beginning, our goal together was to create unique, identifiable monsters that felt like they only lived in Monsuno. So you weren't seeing monsters that came out of any other show that you've seen in the past. These are monsters that feel unique to Monsuno. So at the end of the day, we want really awesome, cool monsters in the show that turn into awesome, cool monsters in the toy.
Jared, you said in a previous interview that there will be about 35 completely original Monsuno, and all of them will be redone in each manufacturer, making over 100 different Monsuno. This has confused some people, because they don't know if it means each Monsuno will be repainted, or if they will have a similar body style, like Black Bullet and Evo.
Thank you for clarifying this one, Jet. So I did mention that there were roughly 35 unique sculpts for Monsuno. I'm going to go ahead and correct myself. There are actually 45 unique sculpts for Monsuno, and those will be redecoed in a variety of story thematic ways that come out of the animation, so that we actually have 105 unique figures in the first year of Monsuno release. Right, Joe?
Exactly.
Alright then. Is there currently any set release date for when the next wave of Monsuno will come out? I would love to see Poison Wing or Skyside hit the shelves.
So our figure release is pretty much every 2 months. The first couple waves we were ironing out, obviously making sure that everyone had the stock they needed to meet their demands. So some of the waves got shuffled in or out a little bit. But as we go forward, getting into waves 2, 3, 4, you're going to have see new figures out every 2 months on shelf at your favorite retailer. Now this will include all new characters, all new monster color decos, but they all fit within the 3 manufacturers that we have in the world right now.
And on top of that, every figure, every character that you see in the animation will be released in toy. So you will see Sky Sight and Poison Wing and all the other characters that you're going to see throughout the first season.
Jared, about how long does it take to write, record, and animate a full episode of the Monsuno TV show?
So with Monsuno, we start with concepts on how the toy is going to look and integrate into the animation. Obviously after the whole kind of concept of how the toy works is figured out. So when we start with scripting, it's about 3 months to script the show from outline to the end of the final draft script. And then we go into storyboards. So with storyboards, that's about another 3-month process, and that is the imagining of taking the script into an animated sketch version of what we're going to see in the animations.
Yeah, the animation directly feeds off of what Jared mentioned with the script and the storyboard. And the storyboard is probably one of the more important parts for all the producers and everyone involved to check and really see, because it's basically the visual version of the script. The animation itself goes through various phases, and it's all done sort of in parallel. So I think we mentioned earlier there are animation teams in Tokyo, which is sort of the headquarters of the Monsuno animation, and then a larger team in Vietnam that actually do all of the in-betweens of the animation. We bring it back to Los Angeles where we do all the final editing and cutting.
Yep. Once we lock the picture, which is we call it the locked picture, we then create our sound effects and our Foley, which is all the noises that you hear in the show. So from monster growls and roars to gun shooting and to spinning to all kinds of elements that you hear in the show. And we put the voice records with the music, with the sound effects and the Foley all together in what we call a final mix session. That's then basically output in the right format for the network with the credits on either side and the theme song, of course, and then we ship that off to the network. So from the start of the scripting outline phase all the way through to delivery to the network, it's anywhere between 12 months to 18 months.
Interesting. Next question. I think this is something that a lot of people have been wondering, including me. Do you guys have any plans to release some Eclipse accessories, like stock clips, launchers, or battlefields?
So we do have plans to release Eclipse-themed accessories like stock clips and battle arenas and things like that that are going to come out later this year.
We do. He's not lying. Never mind.
So, what does the name STORM actually stand for?
STORM is an acronym for Strategic Tactical Operatives for Recovery of Monsuno. So if you say that really fast 5 times in a row, I did. Strategic Tactical Operatives for Recovery of Monsuno. 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 So don't do that at home because it could hurt you. It did hurt me,
Impressive.
and I'm going to need a break.
Well, that's all the time we have for now, but we'll be back in part 2 with more questions.